So, Mark, it's great to see you again. And, we had a great talk when I was in Sedona a couple of months ago. And, some really big things are happening cosmically in the world. And yeah, so we're going to do a show about this. But first of all, give us a little bit of idea, a preview of what we're going to talk about during this live event.
Well, I've been a little shooken up by the election, as have so many other people, and we're kind of searching for answers. We are all ready for the new way forward, but now we seem to be in the old way backwards. But I have been in touch with being known as Sanat Kumara, who resides in Shambhala. He's part of the spiritual hierarchy of Earth. And I've been in touch with him for the last couple of years. And when all this happened with the election, when I was searching for answers, he gave me some downloads about what is happening and what will be coming in terms of cycles and prophecies and the apocalypse. All this stuff that's happening now has been prophesized, and it's all according to the cycles. Sanat Kumar, he led me on to one scripture, which was quite interesting. It's called the Bhavishya Malika. It was a scripture that was written about 600 years ago. And it tells about the events that are happening now. 5 enlightened masters incarnated 600 years ago to write this scripture in order to prepare us for now, to tell us the signs of the end of Kali Yuga and the coming of the Kalki Avatar. And so they wrote down a list of these signs, and these signs are happening at a temple in India called the Jagannath Puri Temple. And as it turns out, just before a new cycle arrives, there's almost always an avatar that arrives at the same time. And there's always signs at Jagannath Puri when the cycle is going to end and when that next avatar is going to appear. And lo and behold, most of those signs have come to pass exactly as it said in the Bhavasya Madi. And so one question I had to Sanat Kumara is, well, the new president, he kind of seems to fit the profile of the Antichrist. Could he be the Antichrist? And he said, yeah. He said that we are right on schedule. Technically, the Kali Yuga ended in 12/21/2012. A lot of cycles did. The Mayan calendar ended. So many things ended. So we're at the end of times. We're in the apocalyptic times right now. And he had me look in Revelations and read some of the prophecies. And one of them is that the Antichrist will have the number 666. I think a lot of people are familiar with that. Well, translators and interpreters of Revelation have tried to understand what that 666 refers to. It says distinctly in the scripture that it refers to a man. And so by gematria, where a letter takes on a certain numerical value, 666 equals Caesar Nero, one of the Roman emperors, because he fit the definition of the Antichrist as well. Well, another bit of information that's come my way recently from certain psychics, such as Kevin Ryerson, who's a well-known psychic. Apparently, Nero has reincarnated now as Trump.
Wow.
So that prophecy of 666 held for Nero, but it also holds for now, because these are really, truly the end times. And so 666 is a number for the reincarnated Nero as Trump. Now, these are prophecies that I think will be very interesting for people to hear. The last thing I would like to say on that is that, in going back and studying the Bhavishya it says that even though the cycles ended in 2012, there is kind of a step up, more of kind of an official start of the cycle, of the next cycle, and the Kalki Avatar. And guess what? 2029, which is the year after the end of Trump's term in office. And this was 600 years ago.
Wow.
That they came up with that number. 600 years ago, 2029. And so everything to me seems to be right on course. And I think that this will help to encourage people and give them perhaps a new focus now, a new direction. That yes, we need to get through some tough times now. But if we band together, those of us that have a positive vision of the future, and we band together, we're going to get through this. And I do believe that there's going to be a major, major change start at the year after Trump's term ends. And I think, and I know we can do it. We've made it this far, and I know we can make it the rest of the way. So when we talk and we do our interview together, I'll be talking more about the Bhavishya, but there's a lot of other cycles that I can bring in, a lot of other prophecies that I can talk about in the coming days that will help to reassure people and give them renewed encouragement about the coming times.
Yeah, it sounds really, really important. So you also discussed the coming of the Kalki Avatar, correct?
That's right. It coincides. So many of the related to the end of Kali Yuga correspond or coincide with the prophecies of the appearance of the Kalki Avatar. And the Kalki Avatar is due to come out of Shambhala, which is where my guide right now resides as this king of the world, head of the planetary hierarchy. And so I'll be talking in depth about Shambhala and the prophecies related to Shambhala and a lot of Eastern prophecies. They all meld together right now, which is quite amazing. And so I hope a lot of people show up, because this is really important stuff. And it's going to help to make a lot of people feel like, well, renewed hope. And that's what we all need right now, renewed hope.
Right. And you're going to talk a little bit also about how people can prepare for this change. I mean, it's a positive thing. We're going into a new era. So
absolutely. And I have many other things that have been downloaded to me by Sanakana, who's known about these times for virtually millions of years, and he's been preparing for them. And so he can help. He's the best one to help us to prepare for them as well.
Oh, well, this is great. We'll look forward to the longer conversation, and we're going to do this probably on a Thursday night. And yeah, we will do it live so that we can have the audience participation.
Absolutely. And I welcome any and all questions right now, because I know people are really hurting, and a lot of people have questions. And so I want to be here for them.
Well, this is great. I will look forward to it. Okay. Blessings, Mark.
Namaste.
Namaste.